Okay, welcome back. So we talked about pixels, we talked about subpixels, we talked about resolution. Let's learn now a little bit about the red-green color model. Not the red-green show. The red, green, blue color model. Cool. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail about this. In fact, if you take HCI with me, I like to talk about it a little bit more there. But color is really, really cool. And it comes down to that monitors are designed to trick your brain. Here's a fact for you. Monitors today cannot produce all the colors. They cannot produce. I guess it depends what we mean by color, doesn't it? I'm going to say it cannot produce all the wavelengths of visible light. So monitors cannot produce all the wavelengths of visible light that one can see. They fake it. How does that work? So I'm going to give you like a 2-minute tutorial of how your eye works. This is you. Say hi to yourself. Hi. And this is your eye. Okay? This is your eyeball. Here's your eyelashes. Light comes in and hits the back of your eye, hits the retina, and you have rods that pick up motion. They're very motion sensitive in black and white. But you have cones. You have 3 groups of cones. You have cones that pick up color, and you have 3 types. And each type, they're sensitive to a different wavelength. Okay? You have ones that are sensitive to red, you have ones that are sensitive to green, and you have ones that are sensitive to blue. I've seen those 3 letters before. So what happens is, your cones that, when a color comes in, the red cone goes, yep, we have this amount of level. The green cone goes, this much of level, and the blue says, no blue in this light. They fire off these signals to your brain. Your brain interprets this. So your brain interprets these 3 signals and tells you what color it is. And it tells you which color it is. Your brain does that for you. You don't actually see the real wavelength. Your brain guesses based on those 3 sensors. So monitors produce, as we learned in the previous section, monitors produce red, green, and blue. It's kind of like they're sending signals right to your retina. They're sending signals to those cones to emulate some real wavelength. Okay, so I'm going to draw a little diagram to show you how that might work. So here's my color spectrum. You know, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, blah, 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 right? And you can't see there and you can't see there. That's fine. So what happens is your red cones are sensitive around red like that, with a peak perfectly at red. As it moves away from that wavelength, it still shows up, but it's not strong. It's sensitive around there. And then your green ones do the same. Your green one, you're sensitive. I should probably draw this a little differently. I drew this way too big. So then I gotta make this way bigger. So it's sensitive like, it's sensitive like that, right? And then your green is sensitive like, and then your blue is sensitive like that. Okay, so your blue can see higher wavelengths, it can't see the lower ones. And then along comes a color, okay? A color like yellow. Can you see that? I hope that shows up. It's pretty awful. This, I'll put a black line beside it. So a color shows up, its wavelength shows up, but you're not sensitive to that wavelength. But look what happens. Your red cone has a signal this height. Your green one has a signal that height. And the blue one is, well, probably nothing at all. I'm going to start a program up. So the blue one doesn't show anything at all. Back what I said. Your brain goes, aha, I have a lot of red, a little bit of green, no blue. I know that's yellow. And so it fakes it. So computers, they don't show you, how is this going to work? See if I can make this work. Computers don't actually show you all these colors. They show you red, they show you green, and they show you blue, and they trick your eye into seeing all those colors. Now let's see if I can change what program this is showing here. Computers. Aha! Yay! So I'm going to open up a color picker, which is not showing up. Oh, this is awful. Awful interface. Okay, well that did not work as I expected. Give me a second and I'll pause this. Ah, I'm back. I hope that pause worked. Otherwise I'll edit that later. So this is called a color picker. You've seen these commonly. This is a program called GIMP. Whoa, something exploded. Okay. This is a program called GIMP. And what's really cool here, it's hard to see, but I have these red and green and blue sliders. So I'm going to put all these sliders down to 0, red, green, and blue, and the color here is black, okay? Color here is black. Let's see if I can change this. Yeah. If I add red to my monitor, it displays this color in your brain. This is just the red pixels. Sees red. If I turn on the green lights slowly, as I turn up the green lights, it starts to turn orange, and then it starts to turn yellow. No blue. No blue. Just the green lights. The blue lights aren't on. If I start to reduce the red light, I get my green. If I mix green and blue, I start to see indigo. All of these colors you see here, they're just tricking your eyes. They're just different combinations of red, green, and blue. Okay. Now I'll also take this time to show this slide. So, again, red, green, and blue. Red and green overlap to make yellow, red and blue make magenta, blue and green make cyan. To make white, you just mix them all together. What is white? White is just all the colors mixed together, all your sensors are maxed out. If you put red, green, and blue to maximum, bam, your brain sees white. I also want to show this picture. I took this a few years ago with the macro photography thing I was doing. This is actually a picture of my monitor, and it's the letter O. I feel like Sesame Street, brought to you by the letter O. You see here the black is where the pixels are off. Now, what color do you think is in between, in the middle of that O? This is Microsoft Word. This is white. Red, green, and blue are at maximum level. You zoom out, you can't see the subpixels anymore. It tricks your brain. It looks like white. Now, did I mess up this? No, this still works. Oh, don't go to sleep on me. Okay. Cool. So that's red, green, and blue color model. That's all we're really going to talk about that.